to Business Review, a daily program that delves into the latest and most significant economic stories, from stock markets to currency news. Business Review covers the most up-to-date developments in the global financial world.
The Nasdaq closed lower on Friday as data showed a sharp slowdown in U.S. employment growth, and investors worried lawmakers would fail to agree on a fiscal stimulus bill to bolster the economy from a coronavirus-induced recession. The S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Index ended flat to slightly higher on the day, with the benchmark S&P 500 index registering about 1.5% below its record high. Defensive sectors including utilities and real estate were among the gainers. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 46.5 points or 0.17%. The S&P 500 gained 2.12 points or 0.6%, and the Nasdaq Composite dropped 97.09 points or 0.87%. Advancing issues outnumbered declining ones on the New York Stock Exchange by a 1.43 to 1 ratio. On Nasdaq, a 1.31 to 1 ratio favored advances. The S&P 500 posted 36 new 52-week highs and no new lows. The Nasdaq Composite recorded 118 new highs and 10 new lows. About 9.78 billion shares changed hands in U.S. exchanges, compared with the 10.4 billion daily average over the last 20 sessions.
The Palestinian government, represented by Finance Minister, and the World Bank, represented by its director in Palestine, under the patronage and the presence of Prime Minister Mohammed Shtayyeh, signed an agreement worth $30 million. Palestinian Prime Minister said that it's an important agreement worth $30 million presented by the World Bank, which covers a group of aspects. The first side, at a value of $6 million for needy families, is managed by the Ministry of Social Development, and the second, with a value of $13.9 million, is for daily workers and is managed by the Ministry of Work. And this program will serve 68,000 workers who have been unemployed due to the corona pandemic.
The humanitarian, economic and social conditions in Palestine have reached a very shocking state that threatens human life. This grant comes to alleviate the impact of the situation in light of the Israeli occupation of the Palestinian lands and the siege of Gaza, and the corona pandemic came to exacerbate the suffering of the people.
On the other hand, $10 million from the agreement will be within the temporary employment program, covering the West Bank and the Gaza Strip, and it will be implemented through 10 Palestinian institutions, serving 3,100 families. 50% of these families are led by women, which is considered a very important matter for the government. The Palestinian government extended its thanks to the head of the World Bank mission in Palestine and all those involved in this program. For his part, the World Bank director in Palestine stated that they are very happy that the World Bank is able to provide this support at this difficult time. This project is dedicated to helping the poor and needy people, although the need is greater than the support, but this is an initial response to the crisis, which is both relief and developmental.
This intervention by the World Bank is welcome, but there must be real intervention to lift the siege on the Gaza Strip and provide an economic infrastructure so that we can address the crisis on unemployment, poverty, and food insecurity that is increasing day by day, as 70% of the population suffers from lack of food security.
Thousands of day labor workers in Palestine have been affected during the past 5 months due to government measures to prevent the spread of the corona pandemic, which the government has pushed to include them in the government's social affairs program. For KTV2, this is Business Review Program, Yumna Sayed, Gaza, Palestine.
Australia's second biggest city, Melbourne, already under night curfew, announced fresh restrictions on industries on Monday, August the 3rd, as it steps up desperate efforts to contain the spread of a resurgent virus. From Wednesday, August the 5th at night, Melbourne closed retail, some manufacturing and administrative businesses as part of a 6-week lockdown, which is expected to hit 250,000 jobs, roughly the number already impacted. The state of Victoria declared a state of emergency on Sunday, August the 2nd, due to a surge in community transmissions. Australia has fared better than many other countries, with 18,361 cases and 221 deaths, but now risks losing control of the virus in Victoria State, which has imposed the country's harshest movement restrictions to date. Supermarkets remain open, along with restaurants for takeaway and delivery services, but many other retail outlets are closed. Schools are also moved to remote learning from Wednesday.
Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison said August 3rd, Australia will introduce a pandemic leave payment for workers who have run out of sick leave but need to be quarantined because they have been directed to stay at home due to the novel coronavirus. The announcement comes as the country deals with a second wave of infections and its second most populous state, Victoria, closes retail shops, limits construction projects and curtails manufacturing activity in order to slow the spread of COVID-19. The payment will be a 1,500 Australian dollars for a 2-week pandemic leave period. Restrictions announced on Sunday, August 2nd, includes curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. that will be in place for 6 weeks, barring the city's nearly 5 million people from leaving their houses except for work or to receive or give care.
Nojima Corporation will allow employees to work until 80 years old, raising the age limit from 65 at present, partly because the Japanese electronic store chain operator expects a labor shortage in the near future. The new policy will apply to Nojima workers as the company believes the move will help it utilize senior staff's knowledge and networks for longer. Japanese firms have been struggling with a shortage of workers as the country's population ages and shrinks. Under the scheme introduced last month, Nojima's 3,000 regular employees can stay on the job until the age of 80 on a renewable annual contract once they have hit the company's retirement age of 65. Yoshiyuki Tanaka, Nojima's executive director, said it's only natural to seek ways to utilize senior workers as Japan's labor force contracts, and that the new policy would be beneficial to its customers as well. According to the United Nations data, Japan is the world's most advanced aging society, with people who are 65 or older accounting for 28% of the population, compared with second-rank Italy at 23%.
Vietnam's Vingroup has stepped up its production of ventilators as the country is hit with new COVID-19 outbreaks in major cities. Vingroup said it has been successfully producing ventilators since late April, cooperating with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and U.S. company Medtronic. They currently have the capability to make 55,000 units a month. They sent 1,000 units on July 31st to Da Nang, a tourism hotspot where Vietnam's first domestically transmitted case in 100 days was detected on July 24th. The new outbreak has spread to at least 10 places, including the capital Hanoi in the north and the business hub of Ho Chi Minh City in the south, infecting almost 200 people and killing 6. The Southeast Asian country of 96 million has confirmed at least 642 infections with 6 deaths. Vingroup has also committed to donate 2,400 ventilators to Russia and Ukraine, with 800 exported so far.
This has been Business Review, your daily source for the most critical financial stories. Tune in next time for the latest financial news impacting the world economy.